Critical race theory, or CRT as we commonly call it, is being paraded through our culture today as the only acceptable response to the problem of racism and injustice in our society. This theory is being gulped down without hesitation by educators, government leaders, business leaders, and even some leaders in the Christian church today. It's also being force-fed to your children. So, is that a good thing? Should you encourage your children to embrace CRT as the only means by which we should be combating these ills of racism and injustice in our society? Or should you be actively guarding them against adopting its claims as the truth? Well, to help you answer this question for your own family, I'm going to provide you with a brief summary of exactly where CRT came from. Because when you see the true source of this theory, you'll be better informed to decide whether or not you or anyone else should be feeding it to your children. Now, the birth of CRT begins like this. In November of 1847, two German men named Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels attended a meeting of the Communist League in London. At that meeting, they were commissioned to author a platform for the Communist Party. Marx and Engels accepted the assignment, and the Communist Manifesto was published in January of 1848. In this manifesto, Marx had his sights set on the economic structures of his day, namely capitalism. He wanted it torn down and replaced with something he felt was more equitable. Marx and Engels began their argument by claiming that throughout all of history, society has been divided into two groups of people, the oppressors and the oppressed. And the only solution to this problem was for the oppressed to rise up in revolution, overthrow their oppressors, and abolish all economic and social structures they believed were empowering their oppressors. Those structures included God, His creation order, church, the traditional family, and individualism. This was the battle cry that fueled the communist revolution in Russia early in the 20th century. By 1923, the revolution in Russia was over. The communists had won. But their revolution did not spill over into Europe and North America as they had hoped it would. So, a wealthy Jewish man from Argentina named Felix Viel provided a pathway for the communists to advance their cause in the West. Viel was educated in Europe and had become a devout Marxist during that time. So he founded the Institute for Social Research at the University of Frankfurt in Germany. The institute was later renamed the Frankfurt School. The purpose of this school was to find practical ways to advance their communist agenda into the West. By 1930, a man named Max Horkheimer assumed leadership of the Frankfurt School. He wanted to take Marx's ideology past addressing just economic issues and apply his ideas to other disciplines such as philosophy, law, and sociology. His goal was to deliver all people from all circumstances of domination and oppression. So he codified Marx's ideas, worldview, and goals as the base assumptions that would drive all of the Frankfurt School's research and writing. Now, the most notable product of their work at the Frankfurt School was the birth of critical theory. The purpose of critical theory was to create real social outcomes in which the societal structures they believed served to dominate and oppress people were removed and replaced with new social structures that were consistent with Marxist ideology. Critical race theory is simply Marxist critical theory applied to race. And CRT is the solution that progressive culture is demanding you and your children embrace as the only response to the sin of racism. So, should you embrace CRT? Should you allow CRT to be force-fed to your children? I would respectfully submit to you that the answer is no. Of course, racism should not be tolerated any more than any other sin. But as a follower of Jesus, I do not believe that our response to that sin should be guided by an ideology that grew up out of an anti-God, anti-Christian worldview. In the same way that we should not offer our children food to consume that was grown in poisoned soil, we should not allow them to consume ideas that were grown from a false and godless worldview. The former will poison their body, and the latter will poison their mind. I'm Dr. Steve Hubler with Legacy Family Ministries. Please help us keep Legacy Family Ministries videos free for all families. Become a regular financial partner by making a tax-deductible donation today.